Any size for a buck.
Huh?
Any size for a buck last week.
What?
Any size of coffee for a buck.
Where? Any.
From Erie Zone Government Access, Channel 9, from the City Hall Council Chambers, it's time once again for the Taxpayers Hotline Show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your host.
Oh, here we go. Wow, hey, how you doing? It's been 2 weeks since we've been on the air now.
2 weeks?
Well, yeah, we had Martin Luther King Day, so City Hall was closed.
Oh, okay.
I should have reminded everybody, but I think they put a creeper on there. But this is Kaz Kwiatkowski, City Councilman, and today, I guess, I don't know, DJ was supposed to be here, but Ron, you were here, so we put you on.
Okay, Ron Stemka.
But, yeah, the numbers on the screen, the rules are simple. Any subject.
Any subject now.
Yep.
This is tax line hotline.
Right, any subject you want to talk about, though.
Tax line hotline, okay.
Well, any subject that, you know, that's taxpayers concerned. Keep it personal and in a realm of good taste.
Okay,
Unlike other radio shows, we here offer you 1 hour
time.
Commercial free.
I put 10-minute time limit, remember? We put that down on.
Yeah, we should try that.
Try that 10-minute subject. Okay, let's talk about that Plan D on Social Security. If anybody's going on Social Security that don't know, you have to sign up for that Plan D. And if you don't get on it, say a year from now, you get on it, they penalize you from the time you get on Social Security to the time you get. Plan D is the prescription part of it. So if anybody's out there, get on it. I don't care if you have one prescription, 2 prescriptions, get on it, because they'll penalize you anywhere from $10 to $15 per month to catch up with the backtrack.
No, that's only if you don't have, if you have regular coverage yet.
If you have regular coverage, yes. But if you don't have insurance on your prescription plan, you better get it, because they're penalized. Yeah, you better check it. I checked it at the company I worked for. They said I had it, and then a couple of years went by, and we made a mistake. That was management, not the union. The union, I worked in the union, so I didn't get no prescription plan. So I got stuck for a lot of money. 2 or 3 years I got to pay back pay, plus the prescription plan.
Social Security is confusing in itself.
Yeah, so if anybody has any problems with that Plan D, I don't care if you got one prescription, sign up for it.
So what do you think outside of that?
I think, well, we got a fast track over here at the county on this communication system. If I'm not mistaken, anywhere 11, 12 years ago, no, 4 or 5 years ago, on that communication system, didn't they put $10 million into that system?
Probably did. I mean,
5 or 6, million. I mean, $10 million. Now, where did that money go, and why did they screw up? Here you're talking $27 million. And Frost...
I can tell you this, that it's a subject that probably didn't draw much of any council's attention.
Right.
Because the county was, doing that. And that's more, the way... A lot of people don't understand how government's set up. They don't teach it in school.
Right.
The roles of each government. Like, a lot of people don't understand what do the counties do. Mm-hmm. What the counties are like. They take care of the stuff that the municipalities aren't, like the court system, the child services, the registration of deeds, all that stuff, But in a broader sense, that's why 9/11 fell underneath them. And although we have advisors from the city, like our fire chief and stuff that work on the committees, I don't believe before I was on council there was any monetary commitment. Now they're talking that like we may have to do that.
$27 million.
You'll see local governments want a little bit more, want to know where that $10 million went. Now, it's not.
But no one's questioning this.
Well, I think
no one's questioning it, though.
What the problem is? They bought a lot of equipment on, no doubt about it.
Right.
But things change. Okay. I mean that's a common. If you talk to any of the guys, don't talk to me. Talk to like volunteers or talk to the firemen. Okay. Ask them. How the communications. It's not working. Okay. It still can't be coordinated now. The trouble is that you got to keep up. It's just like a computer system. Just having a computer doesn't mean you got a system.
Right.
You got to update it. Like one of the things here at City Hall, we tried to update it. We're short yet. It's a money issue, but there are things we'd like to do that would make it more efficient. so that, you could, you wouldn't have a lot of gaps, okay? With communications, and I don't understand it.
I really don't understand it either. But
you're looking at...
I'm getting a hold of some person that was involved, and I'm going to get his opinion of it. What he thinks it's all about. I know we need a system, but we don't have a system that's qualified to
Well, it sounds like they still, it's after 911, okay, here we are, 12 years later?
Right.
No, more than that, 14 years later. The goal hasn't been met. The goal was that you would no longer see what happened in New York. You would have coordination. The fire could talk to the police could talk to the fire, we could talk to Mill Creek Police, Erie Fire could talk to Bell Valley. If you ever had some kind of catastrophe or you had something that, encompassed, large areas, that was the goal. But it seems like maybe we're a little closer, but we're not there. Now we're told, and who knows? I'm not an expert. Are you an expert?
Well, no, I'm just asking. I ask questions, and a lot of people come to me.
And that's the question.
And I'm question to throw it out there. If anybody wants to jump in on it, they know it more than we do. Call in. It's a good project right here. Talk to them. Talk to us.
Here's the thing. If we buy new equipment, is that going to be good? And for how long, I mean, we thought 10 years ago we were doing good. Now we find out, we're being told the equipment was outdated.
Well, one issue that I didn't like, they didn't even put on it, was the heads.
Hold your thought. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah. Hey, Stemka, this one's for you because you're talking about the fire department and all that. Remember about a year ago, 2 years ago, about the Radalite system?
Yes.
That's done for, and they had to bring up some more money to bring that back. Otherwise, they were going to get rid of it.
Well, it's not. There is another system out there. Did you know that, sir?
Yeah, well, I know there's a system out there, but like you said, you're talking about this emergency radios and all that stuff. It just like you said, every 5 or 10 years they're obsoleted. That stuff don't last that long. It just goes bad.
Well, the old Radalite, I was talking to the guy that trying to sell the city the new one. He actually sold Mill Creek the new one. And it's the same system, except it uses, instead of tubes, it uses state-of-the-art now.
Yeah, I remember that one time I was in Cleveland over there, and I was in the middle of traffic over there, and emergency vehicles tried to get through, but they couldn't get through the intersection because they didn't have it.
No, we were one of I think there's only 2 communities that had it for a long time.
Yeah.
It's around now a little bit more, but it's been updated. They use... They don't use tubes anymore. They use, what am I thinking, chips and all that,
Right. That's what I'm just like saying. You don't use the vacuum tubes anymore. Use transistors.
Yeah, and they can, I was told if they put the new system in, it would be a lot easier to repair with updates,
Well, yeah, they just pull out a circuit board and throw a new one in there.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's probably a system that we were way ahead of the country on, and it still has some relevance, but if you notice around town, we're kind of jury-rigging a few of them.
Well, I remember about a year or 2 years ago, they were sending in ambulances and everything to the wrong address.
Well, that's the trouble with 911. I knew somebody that worked out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's real easy. There are a lot of roads that are common to a lot of communities, like Main Street or, even my street, Stanley Avenue. There's a Stanley Avenue in Mill Creek and a Stanley Avenue in Erie.
Yeah, I remember that one time when I was listening to the scanner that state police have to go out in the boondocks and pitch black and try to find a house.
Yeah, and a lot of them don't have addresses.
No, that's it.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean...
mailboxes are 10 miles away from the house.
I always joke with people, where does Pine Avenue stop and where does Route 8 or Wattsburg Road begin,
I think Pine Avenue over there at 38th Street ends with Mill Creek.
Probably, yeah, but I mean, you think about how many people refer to it as Route 8 or Wattsburg Road or...
And the Hermans on Parade Street.
Like I said, Stemka said, man, that's a big bucks you got to pay for that thing. But like I said, you're talking about lives.
Well, they're talking about the satellites. Your phone, these big satellites, That's what's going to cost the most. Hooking up to these satellites so everybody's on the same page, the frequency. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be the cost. I don't say we don't need it, but I'm just saying, let's do it right. Do it right the first time. Like I said, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, they spent $10 million. Why didn't they get it right the first time? That's what I'm saying. That you do need it, like I said. But they're talking about a tower. Like your phone towers all over the county. That's what they're talking about, jumping from one to the other. Now I just wonder how much they're going.
Can't they use the cell towers? Can't they use them?
Yeah, they can use the cell towers, couldn't they?
You would think.
Just look at it this way too. You got to pay taxes on the 9/11. You got to pay the phone company for that.
Yeah, I forgot about that tax.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to pay one way or the other.
Yeah, the thing is that, that's what a lot of that, I think that's what that casino money should have been for. Community projects, like that.
They take money out of there, don't they, for that?
Well, like I said, don't get me started on that about your non-compliance, non-taxpayer people over there that us pensioners got to pay for their money and their bill while they're making billions of dollars.
Yeah, there's a bill right now, I think, in the Senate in Pennsylvania. At least I thought there was. I'm going to have to ask Brian Bizzarro. But I think they're trying to tighten up on the tax-exempt problem a little bit.
Well, it's like you always said, too, before. You go in the cafeteria, students buy their food and all that. Why don't they tax that? Because you go to a restaurant, you pay tax on it.
Yep. I'll give them a little latitude, but when you look at, and I'm curious, I think all those houses that Mercier's bought, the old Baldwin apartments, they may be tax exempt, and if they are, that's kind of a travesty.
Well, look at down here on 4th and Sassafras. From Sassafras to Beach, there's 3 kids in each room. How many apartments do you think is in that big complex for Gannon right there?
Quite a few.
Maybe just say 200, just for round figures. Let's say $150 a month each one kid. That's $450 per room.
Yeah, I want to see them step up to the plate. They really have to.
They haven't said no. Okay.
First of all, you got to get them to pay their garbage bill.
You mean Gannon?
Yeah, and the students.
Oh, well, they actually. This is weird now. By city ordinance, how does that work? If you're a multi-unit apartment complex, I think if it's above 5 people, you have to provide your own garbage. So like Gannon and private businesses have their own garbage service. It's the only garbage we pick up are citizens.
The one in Mill Creek in Erie.
Yeah, Mill Creek's a little different, but in the city, we generally don't pick up apartment complexes if they're joined together and they're like 5 or more, I think it is. So, yeah, but I think you'll see some movement on the garbage bills shortly. It's brand new yet, but, when
now you're going to stay with the union, or you're going to have a private concern come in and take care of the garbage?
With the city?
Yes.
Yeah, we're still under contract with our people.
Okay. Like I tell people, what's going to take the city down is the pensions. Stop and think, this last raise in the city, 8%, that basically went for the pension fund.
Well, the pensions are doing good. It's just the fact that
they ain't doing no good this month.
They were putting. Are you still there, sir?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, you got a question or anything, or?
No, I'm just listening to Stemco over there talking about the garbage and all that stuff. And like I said, I don't know. I only thought there was only 2 kinds of garbage facility: the city of Erie and Mill Creeks. I never seen any other garbage trucks.
Well, Mill Creek, I think they contract out, don't they? Right. Waste management.
You can put out a refrigerator, a stove, and all that. You just call them a day ahead of time, and they'll take it.
Yeah, they contract it out with Waste Management.
Yeah, that's who it does. It Waste Management. Waste Management's all over the United States.
Yep. They still said they told council that we can still do it cheaper with our people.
Well, probably too, because like you said, if you're going to go into privatization, you're going to cost more.
Yeah, a lot of our workers, they're not full-time, they're part-time kids, and they work hard and fast.
Yeah, I see them in the morning, about 2 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's a young man's game. It's not I'd die out there.
said, me and you can't hop on a truck and off before it stops either.
Oh, now, maybe when I was younger, but not now.
Okay, Kaz, I'll let you go now.
Okay. Hey, look who's here.
Yeah, I see him slide in the back door.
Ready? I'm going to give him a 2-cent word. The recalcitrant.
What? That's a 25-cent word.
DJ, 25 cent. There you go.
Recalcitrant? What? I don't even know what that means.
How you doing, though?
I'm late. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
You even called me this morning. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there on time.
What happened? Did you fall asleep?
No, I was working for once.
Oh, that's okay. You work hard over there.
I try.
I've been sending you a lot of business because people are asking questions all the time.
I at least give the appearance of working hard over there.
Go ahead, caller.
I've been waiting for that guy to come in.
Why? What did he do to you?
Well, your city's screen is still all fuzzy.
I mean, what is the actual problem? Because we don't see anything on our side.
Well, when you pull up, like, the agenda on
on the computer.
on the computer, it stays clear for a while. Then after about a minute or so, then it all gets like a bad reception. It gets all fuzzy.
And that's only on the internet, on the Ustream?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the internet, that's kind of one of those things where you can't really control most of it, and I can't really tell what the problem is because it's just one of those things. Like,
Facebook comes in good, YouTube comes in good, everything else comes in good.
yeah, but we're using a free service. Both the city and Cat TV, that Ustream is a free service.
It's not a free service, is it?
Ustream is. Ustream's free. You can pay if you want, but I'm not paying.
So if you pay, your quality goes up a little.
You might get a higher bandwidth if you actually can afford to pay.
What do they depend on? Advertising?
Advertising. They depend on advertising. It's like $1,000 a month for the paid service. And
You mean the city's getting that website free?
Well, a lot of people join them. You know, they go on there and the advertisers take care of it. But the hope is that, like DJ said, if you want better service, then you got to pay for it.
yeah, Ustream is a free service that both Cat TV and the city utilizes.
It's like
it's
Skype
there.
for the average person.
Yeah, it's
you
basically
can get free
like
Skype, or
Skype.
you can pay for Skype.
Yeah. So
You ever use-
unfortunately,
yeah.
we have no control over that.
You ever use Skype, John?
No, I don't use a pipe.
Well, I use Skype with my grandkids.
Do you?
Yeah, and it's nice, but it's subject to if you got a lot of band use that day, like around Christmas.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's not real great, but hey, it's free. If you want to pay for it, you can pay for it.
When the big storms come, everybody's in the house on the internet, and then your usage goes down.
Storm, yeah, my sister's got about, I don't know how much Paul Revere was riding down her street this morning.
Oh, you mean up in the Nutmeg State?
Yeah, he was riding the Botchagaloop horse up in Connecticut.
Botchagaloop? Yeah, she's in the Nutmeg State. They've been getting hammered now.
They already shut down all the highways.
I was listening to the mayor of New York City. We got...
Poncio?
I mean, you know what happens around Erie here if the mayor declares an emergency? The people at the mall go nuts because everybody's coming out.
Yeah, because the people in the mall are in the city of Erie.
Yeah, around here we're like cowboys. The roads are shut down. Be careful. Whoop, schools are closed. They should have left the schools open.
The schools in Reading are already closed.
I can believe that. In Pittsburgh, I used to take my daughter down there to college, and at the hills they go nuts. I mean, they got these little bitty trucks, not like our guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, they go like nuts. All of a sudden, you talk 2 inches. The one guy said, "You're not going to make it home today." And I said, "Why is that?" He goes, "Well, they shut down Erie." I said, "What?" And it happens. They have shut down the highway.
Yeah.
So I called my mother and I said, "What happened?" She goes, "Nothing. It's open." So I go back to the guy and he's running a sweatshirt shop. And I said, "I'm going home." He said, "God bless you." He gave me a sign across. And I said, "What?" I said, "What made you think they closed?" He said, "Well, I heard on the news they got 3 inches of snow." And I said, 3 feet maybe. I said,
man.
"I'll tell you what, if I make it home, will you give me one of your sweatshirts?" Yeah, and he did too. He kept his word.
How do people forget how to drive when this happens? It's coming. It comes every year about the same time. Why do we forget how to drive? in it.
Well, I was talking to one of the gals up in Reading this morning, and she said the schools are being closed.
Yeah, they get they don't have the equipment, and my son who moved out to Allentown, he laughs because a couple of the people in his firm they're from out here, so they laugh.
Yeah.
They go, well, you guys get a couple inches and you're
Yeah, my son's the same way. He's an instructor at Carnegie Mellon, and with all those hills, they have nowhere to put the snows.
Yeah.
Just shut everything down.
I was in Chicago once. They packed the snow in the alleyways and everything.
Yeah.
And if your car's there, that's tough. They warn you not to be there, and if you are, and you can dig it out in spring.
I heard you talking about the radio system. Now, you know who I worked for.
Yeah.
And we cover all the way up and down Reading, Ohio, and we had equipment back 15 years ago where we all had multiple channels, and we were on a lower frequency, like FM or whatever, and we just switched over to a channel as we went in. And the biggest problem with the radio system is the cell towers. Where you're at, the cell tower will pick it up, and it's giving these dispatchers various places. Like if you're get close to Erie County up there in the New York line, cell tower will take the phone call, and they'll intervene. And we have multiple roads, and you've got a dispatcher who's not familiar with the area. Just like this new LED traffic lights they have. They do not illuminate enough light. They look like they're almost out.
Sometimes it's the angle that, if you don't have the proper angle with them.
You can't see they're on.
Yeah. There's a lot of these things have to be worked out, but like I believe we're not that much closer than we were at 911,
True. That old Realco radio light, that was good. The trouble is the parts are outdated.
Well, there was a guy in Erie. I'm trying to think. I want to say his right name.
Got an update when you don't use all the tubes and you're using transistors or.
But the guy that I think his name is Deck. He designed. He took the old system. And they put new stuff in there, like, boards and all that.
Yeah.
And the system works. In fact, Mill Creek, I thought I read where Mill Creek bought it, for parts of their road system. And the city, we haven't done it yet. And he offered it to, it's a new system, because I think I saw it up in Minnesota. It's around now more than it used to be. Other communities are using them.
It's still down in Pittsburgh, the updated system.
Yeah, and it's a good system, and it's a local guy that's doing it. So.
Well, what they need first, they got to get a consultant. Give them all that money for another consultant, like we do everything around here.
You know what? I'm tired of consultants.
Like I said, last 5 or 6 years ago, they paid $10 million to have a communication system.
And when they put it in, it was outdated.
Right, and now there's Foss down there, Doctor, I got to pronounce his name right. He was, I guess it was only a week or two, they had a study on that. Well, he got up there, I studied it, we should be on the fast track, and put this fast track, we should start, everybody vote for it. And just like a rubber stamp, bam.
They vote. Like they put the hotel on the taxpayers' back.
Oh, wait a second, okay, I asked about that. Somebody else, okay? He'd been there forever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I asked him, I said, now that hotel, the Sheridan's been there, 5-7 years, let's say? I have no exact time. Mm-hmm. Okay, you asked them how many times did they pay for the money towards the county? They owe, $50-60 million they borrowed from county to pay for that hotel? And all you hear is, we're making fun, they're making tons of money. How much did they pay for that debt? They haven't paid a penny on that debt. Now on the other side, they're building another hotel, another $50-60 million, plus a ramp. And that land that it sits on, it's going to sit on and wasn't used for that. Council sat up here, and that's not going to be used for anything like that. But they used it anyway. So here they're going into debt again for another $50 million. When are they going to stop? They don't need that hotel. Because once Scott gets that Chris money, he's going to put his hotel. He's going to put a beautiful hotel down there, a lot of rooms and everything. Then you got the new guy that put in a hotel.
Kennedy.
Kennedy's putting a hotel there. It was his own money. And Kenny only built a couple of hotels, I give the guy a pat on the back,
That's one's in Corey, DJ.
Yeah, it went by Walmart in Corey.
He's going to build another one, he announced, I think, in the Barron campus area.
Yes, he is.
Well, he's using his money. He's not getting it. He's not even getting the cribs yet because the city didn't even know how to set that up right. The upstairs, the solicitors couldn't understand it. It had to be a separate entity, and they thought they could sneak that in with the sewers. It's just that the staff down there doesn't know what they're doing. I will say one thing. I called last Friday to the treasurer's office before a holiday, and she was there late, and she got what I wanted to have her mailed to me, and she's the only office that's ever called me back, and was true other than Cass, but I never did any business with him.
Now, you don't want to do it with me because I had audited you then. You'd be in trouble, right?
Well, yeah, you would be in trouble, but I'll tell you what, Sue was pleasant.
When you talk about like Nick Scott, isn't it funny that the hotel he was going to build with his own money is the one that they're building now?
You mean
no?
The Courtyard by Marriott.
You mean the convention center?
Yeah, the hotel they're building now. The one Nick proposed at first was a Courtyard by. When they wanted him to build it for them, it was a Courtyard by Marriott.
Yeah.
But they wanted a Marriott. Now, you say, what's the difference? There is a difference.
Yes, there is.
So, they wanted a Marriott, so, they went on their own and they built a Sheraton, which is, a step up. But, you have to ask yourself, would the Sheraton be there if it was private money,
No, it wouldn't be.
So that's fine and good they build these hotels, but let them start paying taxes on them.
Well, you know what? That's the bad part,
I mean, we own, the county owns 2 hotels.
Maybe there'll be a third one. They'll call it the Mandarin Orient.
Another hotel.
That's a really upscale one. Or the Hyatt.
You want to be surprised. See how much that hotel tax, how many millions and millions of dollars in that hotel fund.
That's right.
And
millions, 10 or 15 million in there.
For the first time in Erie's history, we will have, well, not the first time. It's many years, right, John, since we've had, right now we have 2, well, we have about, let's see, we still have the Avalon, we still have the Holiday Inn. That's 2. We have the 2 at the convention center. It's 4. Kennedy's will be 5, that are actually being built. First time in a long time, we actually have hotels up. Yet we can't charge a room tax under state law.
Yeah.
See, they have to change.
They charge a room tax.
County can. See,
the county does, right.
The problem with Pennsylvania, and I tell people this, and they think, that it's not like council doesn't want to do anything. We sit there and we're frustrated because you have a first-class city called Philadelphia.
Right.
You have a second-class city called Pittsburgh. You have a 2A, I think, which is still Scranton. They're like a hybrid.
But then they were behind that.
Well, we could have been 2A. But everybody else, the Allentowns, the Lebanons, the Harrisburg, all your other cities, the Yorks, the bigger cities are third-class cities. No different than Corey's a third-class city. Okay? It's the only other city in Erie County. Wow. Mill Creek could be a third-class city. But when you look at it, we can't do a lot of things that the second class or the first class can. We can't charge a room tax. We used to charge for garbage. We can't do that. The state took that over. They have to allow us to do some things because we are the majority of the cities and we're dying.
Where are the state legislators? Where are they?
Well, the problem is, and I don't blame them entirely. I'll tell you what, it's a math problem. Okay? I'll give you a little problem here. Are you there, John?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, take Erie County. In the old days, we had, 5 legislators, John?
Right.
And one senator, correct?
Right.
Okay, now I think, what do we have now, 7 or 6? Because they did remember they brought them up from Crawford?
Yeah, I think we have 6.
Okay, well, the math never changes that much, just in absolute terms. But here, ready? Out of the 5 or out of the 6 or out of the 7, ready? How many are urban legislators? That's easy, 2.
Who's that?
Flo and John. Flo and Pat.
Pat.
Flo and Pat. They have the city, right?
How long has Pat been in the office?
I think he's 4 terms, 5 terms.
Yeah. Now,
Is it a 4-year term?
no,
2 years.
2-year term. Now, take that and go down to Pittsburgh. And I don't know the numbers, but take Pittsburgh out of the equation. Count up all the legislators that belong to other than cities, and you're outnumbered.
Well, sure you are.
They don't care about us. They don't have the same issues.
Well, just like you were talking about that legislation down in Harrisburg about the nonprofit taxables.
Right.
That was brought up because a Jewish synagogue or whatever, they owned a hotel up in the Poconos.
Really?
That's why that was brought up, because they want to be tax exempt. So that's how why that bill is.
Well, do you remember when Hammett owned? They had a pharmacy and
They had a nursing school.
and a prosthetics place,
Right.
and they were going after what was that one that was down there? DeLuca's Heil Physician.
Isles.
Yeah, they were like, because in the old days when you had to get a prescription, you drove out. Heil was open all night pretty much, right?
Yes, they were.
So this is the old days, when say go over there, you get your prescription. Well, Hammett starts selling them out of the, and all of a sudden, well, wait a minute, now you're competing with private business, hang tight here a minute,
That's just like St. Vincent's. They all have a pharmacy.
Yeah.
And if you're sick and you want to leave, and they'll get your prescription, they'll fill a prescription that's prescribed. You can't get refills from them.
No, but still, that takes a little business away from somebody.
Yeah, that's taken a lot away. But
yeah, they ask you now if you want to get your pills at the other place.
yeah,
They usually do that if they know they're discharging you.
true. You can get them you can get your prescription there, and then you take it and go to your other pharmacies or whatever. So, well, we'll get off in case somebody wants to act.
Yeah, thanks for calling, John.
Oh, that's okay. I see you got a new position now. When the president is gone and you fill in, do you get his pay?
No, I don't think so. No, it doesn't work that way, John.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay.
See you, John.
Yeah, I brought up about the communication system. About one thing I thought was missing, the cameras for the police officers. The new cameras they're coming out with, that wasn't on the bill.
No.
That would cost probably about $500,000.
Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Kaz. Couple things. 12th Street. 12th and Parade, any movement on that old gas station?
The old gas station.
I haven't heard anything yet, but I got to go upstairs and I'll check with him, see if there's anything new in the wind. I heard there was something there for a while, but it doesn't seem like anything's happened. Yeah. You're talking about the old BP station, right?
Yeah, what is it? Northwest corner.
Yeah, it's been. Yeah, we had some cars that were parked there for long periods of time. We had to clean them out. Well, they were camping out.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I'll check into that for you. But I was surprised that I'm riding around town and even on East 38th Street, there's a couple businesses that went out, and that's not good.
Yeah.
I heard the state has some program for digging up gasoline tanks.
They may. That would help a lot of these.
Waiting list is probably 10,000 long.
Oh yeah, if you go around here and you're about our age, like my age, you can remember gas stations that are still there in theory that were never dug up.
Look how fast they took them, that one on 12th and Pittsburgh Avenue.
Yeah.
That Boron Street, you just took it right out of it.
But you know yourself, your gas stations, you remember that too, right, sir?
Yeah.
There's tons of gas stations that they're all masqueraded now. You can't, if you got to remember where they were, but the tanks are probably still there.
How about the one it would be on the area of probably 15th and Parade? It was called Big Bear Gas. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
That was like the cheapest, wateriest gasoline in town from what I heard.
There's a couple of them around town. I don't want to mention the businesses, but they're under a couple ice cream parlors and a carpet shop, and I don't remember taking up the tanks.
How about that Warren on 12th and Peach there? That is the biggest eyesore.
I was actually going to bring that up. That is still the ugliest location in the city.
Why is the city laying on that guy? He just got junk laying on.
He got rid of the truck.
When you come down the hill into Erie, you see this beat up bunch of junk sitting. Come on, Erie's got to have a little bit of pride in itself.
We got to let this guy talk. Go ahead, sir.
Go on.
Well, it's true. That's I was going to bring up that station, too.
Well, yeah, that one had tree. I remember one time I turned it in, and they went over there and they found a tree was growing up through one of the cars, like, they had well, it was terrible. I mean,
you would need a license to have a salvage yard. It's not a salvage yard.
It's tough to take away property, but in a case like that where, and what's comical is you're putting in those very fancy houses that they wanted to sell.
Let me ask you.
I mean, would you want to look at that all year?
I hate to interrupt, though. How many houses were sold on that one on 13th and Peach?
I think only one originally, maybe two. I heard. Why, you want to buy one?
Are you kidding me? $175,000? I can build a new house myself.
I think all the economic directors that push the project around the community, they should all move in there. What do you think, sir?
Yes, one more thing.
Go ahead. You're on.
Go on. You're on.
Off subject.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Hillary Clinton runs. What is the chances of Ed Rendell running vice president with her? Do you think he's active? Would he be want to, or what do you think?
Well, they were going to run him once for president, I thought.
I think he would be a great choice for Hillary.
They usually I'm not a politically savvy on that big scene like that, but usually they try to match up the tickets so you don't have Hillary would be from, even though she was from Arkansas or was Chicago originally, she's considered like an Easterner now, and you'd have Eddie Rendell an Easterner. You would think they'd probably want to bounce out the ticket with somebody else.
Some new face.
But I think Rendell's interesting. He was going to run once. What do you think?
It would be a great choice. He would be a strong man behind her.
The political pundits will probably try to have a ticket though, where they kind of bring the whole country in, and they'd probably view her as being from New York and him from Pennsylvania. But it's interesting. It's going to be an interesting election. That I know.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
We got a lot of problems in this country. I know that.
We got too many.
We got to bring back the old country. What do you think, sir?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I got to go. I'll talk to you guys.
Okay.
He's getting disgusted, huh?
No, everybody gets that. It's a crazy world today.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Kaz.
Yes.
Hey, this is Lloyd.
Yeah, Lloyd, the mayor of the Holy Trinity area. What's up?
Hey, Senate's going to pass a bill tomorrow, House Bill 4. It's going to make it easy for nonprofits to get an easier license.
Make it easier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see what that one. There's another one out there that was going to make it harder.
No, this is House Bill 4. They're going to vote on it tomorrow morning.
They're going to make it easier?
Yes.
I better give Ryan Bizzarro a call and see what that's all about.
What's that about?
Tom Wiley's state senate's going to pass it.
Oh, that's right, but Ryan is not senator. I'm sorry.
Okay, I have their number.
What's his number?
Area code 717.
Right.
787.
Right.
8927.
Trouble is, that's going to be if it's a Republican started and they got the votes, it might be tough. We can't be making it easier. I mean, it's one thing, and I got nothing against churches and institutions like the various soup kitchens and stuff like that. I have no problem with that.
Me either.
But when you start getting into football fields and apartments and parking lots for it starts to get to be a little bit too much.
Yeah, is Senator John Blakely?
Yeah, I heard they called me up on the phone late last night.
Yeah,
they were taking polls on that thing.
Yeah, our union is getting out SCIU. That our union, we fighting against this.
Yeah, you can't make it easier. It's got to be. There's got to be there's got to be reasons why you declared nonprofit.
Yeah, it'll make it for non-profits to get a tax exempt.
I got to read that bill. So it's going to be, it'll be easier for people to declare themselves a nonprofit?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's going to be an open door for trouble.
Yeah, that'll kill Erie.
You're going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Called Senator Tom Wawi Monday, asked him to keep the Constitution. They want to change their Constitution.
Yeah, they probably would have to.
Yeah, on here it said, I have it at home.
Yeah, it's, taxes is always a sore subject, but every one of us has to pay for the things which we expect from our community, and when only a certain segment is paying for it.
Yeah, now our school tax is going up.
Well, yeah, it's
now my mortgage are going to go up higher now.
Well, the thing that's sad is, there's $7 million out of whack. I don't know what it is. I'm not over there now, but
no, they're bringing the limit of the tax, right? They can raise it higher, but they got to go to the state to get that raised.
Yeah. See, in the old days they would have raised it,
right.
But why are we $7 million in the hole? That's a question you have to ask.
Well, Barker, how much did he leave the city in debt when he left office? 10, 15 million, maybe.
No, I don't know. I don't think it was that high, was it?
Yeah, it was right up there.
Yeah, it was up there.
The problem you got now is that school districts have fixed expenses. They're losing money to their charter schools. That makes it tough, and it's like we almost have to look at how we fund education and everything from now on. It's a real mess out there.
Yeah, it has spelled SB, SSM, B as in Bob, 4.
Yeah, Senate Bill 4.
Yes. And they're going to be voted tomorrow.
Wow.
So we've been on the phone all day, our unions.
Maybe that's who called me last night.
Yeah, our SEIU. We've been calling everybody. And we want people to vote no on it.
Yeah, we can't vote though, but the senators have to.
Yeah, but we can call and say vote no on it.
Right.
Who with you today?
DJ, my usual cohort, and Mr. Ronnie Stemka.
Yeah.
You want to come on someday, Lloyd?
I don't even know if we're allowed anymore.
What do you mean?
To work.
Oh, you mean they wouldn't like that?
I don't know.
Maybe step on people's shoes.
I step on them anyway. I don't give a crap.
One thing about my show, it's there's no shrinking violets.
No.
You have to be able to. Some people don't agree with me sometimes. That's okay. I told them, this is their show, so.
Yeah, they don't.
They want to yell at me in public. That's okay, Just don't yell loud. Pull me off to the side. I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm fed up with the cable.
We all are, but what are you gonna?
My cable box again went out.
Do you know what? In an empire a long time ago, in a world, in a galaxy, many years ago, we had free TV.
Yeah.
Free. We bought it. We took water out of the tap. We bought our gasoline at a gas station and our food at a food store.
Real food.
Yeah. Now we buy food at a gas station.
Yeah.
We buy gas at the food store. We pay for our water in bottles, and we pay more for TV than we.
When Directs come up with a deal in Vegas, they had that convention they had out there, and they said that what they're going to try and do is pick the programs you like, and you just pay for the programs you buy.
Well, that's what people want, a la carte.
No, they're already pushing that. Direct's already got that push. I'd say within the year, you're going to see a lot of people cutting the cable bill.
Oh, people have been. It's just been getting out of control.
Hey, Lloyd, I'll do you a favor. Are you home?
Yeah, I'm home all day.
Okay, I'll come out there. I got a big pair of scissors. We'll solve your problem.
We'll bring even the TV cameras out there.
What do you think?
Yeah, they'll probably sue us.
Yeah.
That'd be my luck.
We got a short time. Can I speak one thing about something?
Yeah. Hey.
The gasoline tax, okay?
Lloyd, you want to hang on for a while, or you want to?
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, they 12 years ago, Flo Fabrizi, he was on the Senate board at that time. And they raised it, what, 15, 20 cents back then, and they doubled registrations, okay? They said, okay, we passed this bill. We'll never have to raise the taxes again because we're going to be kicking in billions of dollars. 12 years ago. Here it's 12 years later. And these young kids like Bizarro and the one you just mentioned.
Pat Harkins?
No, Pat Harkins.
Sean Wiley?
Riley and all those guys. We got to have, hey, boys, you weren't around when those guys bolted on that stuff, and you think we need money. Tell us, the people, where did you take that billions of dollars, and where did it go? Did it go in the regular coppers in Pennsylvania? What did they do with that road money? I went to Ohio.
Yeah.
Came back from Cleveland. $1.69.
Indiana, state is Indiana?
No, in Ohio here.
No, city Indiana, $1.47.
Where, in Pennsylvania?
No, Indiana, the state.
Oh, in the state,
well,
yeah.
This is right over here. That goes to show you how much taxes. We're paying 40, 50 cents extra and above everybody else. If I'm not mistaken, this is the number one tax in the country, the state.
California, I think.
I don't know.
California, I think, is...
California, $4.14 a gallon. But
You should never make a promise. I learned that in politics, that, all prices go up on things. And even the money that, the money you have is only, it's like your paycheck, right?
What paycheck?
Well, I mean, if it's not augmented, right, pretty soon that it's not there in 10 years,
Here one, I pay tax on my health insurance.
How much?
How much?
I don't know. When I do my taxes, I pay tax on my health insurance now.
You pay a tax on your health insurance?
Yes.
Is that on Obamacare or what?
No.
Well, I just got Social Security about in 2010, okay? And this Plan B, I was talking to the people this morning when I first came on. Plan D, you have to have it. And if you don't take it, I only had 1 or 2 prescriptions, and they said at work I was covered. Well, I just found out I wasn't covered. So I got to go back to the day I got on Social Security.
Yeah.
That's 4.5 years. I got to pay $14 per month plus the plan that I get. So you add 14, let's say 20, that's $34. And I got to pay... In 3-4 years, every month they're taking $14 out of my pay, and I can't get on till October of this year.
Do you qualify for PACE?
No.
How was you paying for prescriptions those 4 years?
Well, see, I got hurt. I told you the situation I was in.
Oh, so I mean, yeah. See,
I thought the company that was taking care of me, I can use that, but Social Security is so rough and it's so bad. They're screwing the people. And people out there, I don't care if my wife had 1 prescription, and this company said, you don't have to take Plan D. So she didn't. So here's 4 years went by. Now she's got a fine to pay for 4 years. Because this company said you don't. But anybody gets on Social Security, the first thing you do, get on Plan D. I don't care if you have 1 prescription. Get on it, because they'll be penalizing you.
Have them put in writing, too, and sign it.
No.
If they don't do it, they're...
So, like I said, Plan D, that's medical part of Social Security. Get on it. Like I said, my wife's getting stuck for 3-4 years. We're paying almost $30 a month for both of us with distant fines.
I'll give you one. I'll give you mine.
What?
My medicine is $1,200 a month.
Ooh. Wow. Well, I'm just saying right now, how old are you? Are you on Social Security yet?
I'm only 50. I'll be 59.
Okay, you're getting on Social Security. You're on Social Security disability?
Nope, I work.
Okay. Well, see, if you're on Social Security disability, there's another window. If you get on Social Security and you've been on it, come January 1st of 16, they're pushing a bill now. They take 20% of your Social Security check. Say you got 1,000, they're taking $200 right off your paycheck. That's a back on that pipeline they're putting in. You should see all the bills that are being attached to that right now.
I think my health insurance is taxed to that.
I checked that out. Is it through work or you're privately?
No, through work. I already checked. I have to pay it. I have to file it. I got the form for it.
I mean, it might be a tax write-off.
Yeah, I hope it is. My medicine is killing me.
Well, like I said, I try and get some kind of a disability, see what you could get, PACE or something.
What an
like
oxymoron that was.
Yeah.
My medicine is killing me.
Medicine is killing me.
that. Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to be able to retire till I'm 66 now.
Yes, but like I said, if you're on Social Security disability, pass this law, you will lose 20% come January 1st. So guys have been hurt and everything. They said, well, people that got a guy on it, they've abused the system. There's a lot of people, but there are a lot of people who got hurt. I got hurt. I was on it for a while. Now I'm Social Security. When you hit 65, they take your rate off of it, and they put you on Social Security regular, see?
Yeah, welfare, they misuse that more than what Social Security is.
Say that again?
Welfare.
What about it?
The people are misusing that.
Oh, that's been misused for... Now, when Kaz were young, this guy wasn't even around here. Yeah, they had welfare, but they gave you canned food, powdered milk, and people lived through it.
You had to go to the firehouse or the Union Hall.
No, you had to go to 18th and Mullen.
Well, the different places in the...
They had all over the city.
Yeah, one time when I was young, Lloyd, you could go to like a fire hall or a Union Hall. They had, they had places there for you turn in your certificate, you get a box. Then you got to...
They used to give you free cheese.
The cheese. I was going to say, they had I've never had better cheese than that government cheese.
But they over the years, these senators
chip
and
beef was good, too.
congressmen, they gave everything. They could go with an access card, go to Burger King, get a hamburger. How you like that one?
Or Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
And that's gone. That's what they got to clean up. Too many people. You go to Erie County Farms here, and we were standing there, and here's this woman had a cart full. Young woman. You could tell she was poverty. She goes up to the register of $590. I said, geez, this access card, here you go. And they paid it. And here's these people working there, got 2 jobs, trying to make ends meet, and here these young people come up and they get everything for nothing.
We could go to MREs.
What's that?
What the Army eats.
Military rations?
Yeah, meals ready to eat.
Condensed.
Yeah, I've got to get off.
Okay, we'll let you go, Lloyd. Hey, thanks for calling.
Okay.
Oop, I cut him off.
But, the stuff we talked about is the stuff that people have to know. And like that Riley and Bizarro, they voted for it, but they weren't around 12 years ago.
Well, I can't, I would never make a comment as an elected official.
But
this will be the last increase you're ever going to get because you don't know. I mean, you really don't. I mean, all that money they get in, sure, but you know what? Same thing in Erie. Our roads are falling apart slowly, okay?
Terrible.
You're not, even if you had the present amount of money, that's not going to take care of the future, Go ahead, caller.
Hey, you guys made me laugh with the government cheese. Here's a story on this. This is what I heard back in the 80s, how they got it. There was like a cave in New Jersey outside of New York City. And you could take your truck. It was like open for anybody. If you knew where it was at, just drive your truck into this cave and load up your truck with the government cheese and bring it on home. I mean, our East Side neighborhoods were loaded with it back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even the schools had them,
Yeah, school. That's
And that, do you remember the chip beef?
Oh, that was good. The canned?
Sir, do you remember that chip beef they had? Oh, he's off, right?
You on or off?
Is that the silver can? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it had that salted beef in there.
Yeah, it just said beef on it, or there was a...
Yeah, you put cream with it, put it on your toast, and it was like... Yeah, it was great, but, the cheese, you're right, though, that cheese, no one has ever made...
Big blocks of cheese.
A cheese sandwich like that cheese.
Some people told me when they cut that cheese, they use that hacksaw to cut it, and they tried to put it in the cheese sandwiches, and it wouldn't melt.
Hey, do you know where that cave is, sir?
Well, hey, tell us where it's at. We'll be there this afternoon.
I'm going. Where is it?
Are you still there, sir?
It's in Jersey, but it's outside of New York City. That's all I know.
Oh, I bet you that was the
cave of cheese.
I remember when they had that cheese at the old Sears building. People were lining up like mad to get it.
Oh, it's great stuff. I mean,
it is. It makes the greatest cheese sandwich in the world.
We used to just get white bread, and if anybody had like a little jar of spaghetti sauce, get a jar of ragu, and then put that cheese on top, and you have like little mini pizzas.
Oh man.
mean, when you're drinking beer and stuff, and you couldn't beat it. Put a pan of that in the oven, and everybody'd eat it.
Well, I miss it. That cheese, I think, was from a program where we were paying the farmers or something, and then they had to do something with it.
Mm.
But yeah, I'd love to have been in that cave, man. I'll tell you what.
Just giving them money like we do now.
Well, yeah, it was a different system. I remember people, actually trying to hide the box when they brought it home.
They want to be embarrassed.
Yeah, they don't, and then they gave you, didn't they give you coupons like for, you could get fresh veggies like celery and stuff?
Yeah, I think you can do that now, I believe.
But I mean, back then they gave you the canned goods, and then they gave you like coupons, which you had to exchange for like a head of lettuce or. Yeah, it was a different system. I think it worked better, really.
Yeah, it's.
And now you go in there, you can buy whatever you want, and my God, just.
It's unbelievable. These people walk in, and the more kids you have, the more money you get. So these kids are popping these kids out like nothing. Where do these kids go? Where do these kids have kind of life,
Babies having babies.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But let's find that cave, because I tell you what, I want to.
We want to get some of that.
Well, I'm pretty sure the cave is probably cleaned out by now. Maybe like the 70s and the 80s.
Once you got on the radio, everybody's on the way.
I think that's what happened when they had that big cheese giveaway. The government was getting out of it. Remember?
Yeah, that's why I think it was just, if you knew where the cave was, you could just go and get it and help
It was
yourself.
back in the late 60s, wasn't that?
Well, the Sears building was still up and empty.
Oh, that was...
And then that was
the
the
70s.
That was the last cheese giveaway. They wanted to. I think the government wanted out of cheese, completely. They decided let's give it away, and they opened up the qualification for it.
They opened up the cave.
Well, I remember I had 5 boxes. People were giving. They didn't even want it.
Wow.
The old people were giving it away.
Like I said, you had to use the hacksaw to cut it.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
That cheese was great. I mean, people still talk about it, and yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I don't even know what. I wonder who made it.
Yeah, where did it come from?
What company made it for the government? That was great cheese, though.
If anybody knows, give us a call.
Please.
Somebody will.
Please.
We have less than a minute. Tell us where the cheese came from.
Research that.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was in the Army, they had canned cheese. I didn't want to look at the date on it, though.
Oh.
It was loaded with many of nature's preservatives.
I was there in 70, I went and got some sea rations in 1943.
Yeah, they were
I
big.
said, this is about 1943, and this is 1970. What's going on here? The only thing we did was grab the cigarettes out, because they had like 3 or 4 cigarettes.
They were still.
Everybody was smoking them.
They were still, though. I'll tell you a story I can't tell you on the air. There was one item in there that didn't last long.
The cigarettes are the only thing I got into.
Thank you for calling, sir.
I know what he's talking about.
Thank you for calling Cheese Chat. That's the new name.
No. No. I remember there's like a stick of gum in there, and remember?
Oh, yeah.
Chiclet, and it was as hard as a brick. You break your tooth on it.
There you go, like Dennis.
Go ahead, caller.
Kraft made that cheese.
Kraft, really?
Yeah.
Wow, you know what? That was. You put that on a piece of bread and toast it. There was nothing better than that. I'll tell you.
The real sharp cheese.
It was.
I used it for fishing, for catching trout.
Oh man, I eat it.
They make that ball for trout fishing.
Yeah.
I remember I was standing outside. I had to monitor the parking lot one time, and these people were leaving. They go, I don't want all this cheese. You want some? My back seat was loaded with cheese.
I'll tell you what, that was the best beef going.
That chip beef?
Yes, it was.
Oh, John, you know what the SOS?
Yeah.
That was the greatest. That was good. That was good stuff. Honest to God. When I went into service,
We opened up a can of worms.
I was disappointed. I went in the Army, and my dad's telling me all these stories. Remember this, John?
Yeah.
He said, you're going to get this in the morning once in a while. I said, wow, that's not bad. I'm looking forward to it. Nah.
At least it weren't made down at GAF, GAF.
Yep, there you go.
I recall when they used to distribute that out of the old Schultz's warehouse on 18th Street.
The cheese?
Yep. They had a place where they had for welfare to go get all the cheese and the beef and the powdered milk.
Well, I thought maybe they'd use the old cold storage warehouse
That
too.
building burned down. The Schultz's there one time. Back
It might have.
68,
That's the
69.
one, 18th Street.
Right. That burned down.
Then you had your cold storage unit too. I thought they had. Well, they used to store liquor there. I heard.
Yeah, but that was one heck of a fire up there.
Oh yeah, we had some doozies when I was a kid.
Almost as bad as the Decker paper fire.
Yeah.
The one on the underpass on Sassafras.
Yeah.
How about the Boston store? Remember the Boston store fire, John?
Yeah, the Boston store was right down the street on French Street, right around the corner from the fire station.
Then I remember when Levels blew up.
They were running around looking for the fire. It was right next door.
Yeah.
And
It was good to hear some of that stuff, but times are changing.
They are. They made a song about that. Who was that? The Times They Are Changing? Was that the Who or?
Hoover?
I don't know. Not Hoover.
Wasn't he the one that said that the coffee Maxwell was good to the last drop?
He said that?
I don't know if it was him or Roosevelt. One of them said that Maxwell House coffee was good to the last drop.
Huh.
And hang on, coffee's going to go up again. You know, all these prices should be going down because the gas is going down.
yes, but do you hear the government now wants to raise it 25 cents, the
Oh, yeah,
federal
we gotta
tax,
build our infrastructure.
because we have the taxes. The gas is so low. It's time to hit them in the butt.
Well, yeah,
the way
look at the layoffs it's causing.
Oh, you push it out west there, up in North Dakota and that.
1,000 jobs.
But
But we're out of the recession, and the country is doing good. Gas is going down, food prices are going up, but we're only $18 trillion in debt, and we're doing
we
wonderful.
can print all the money that we need.
That's true.
We have to go, John.
Have a great day, gentlemen.
Okay.
Take care.
And with that, I want to thank you, Mr.
Whatever your name is.
Come on.
See, no, we knew that. Ronnie Stemka.
Ron Stemka,
I
yeah.
want to see how long you're going to wait. TJ, thank you for showing up.
Hey, I showed up late.
At least you made it.
Thank you for calling Cheese Chat.
And we'll see you there in about a week from now.
Yes, sir.
Are we off?
Yes, we
Well,
will be.
we're about to.
Don't do anything stupid.
Okay, I think that was a very good show. Wow.
These are what? I'll tell you down there where the
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Taxpayers Hotline Show on Erie's own Government Access, Channel 9.